Welcome to section 5.9. This is the 64th session of the ISACA CISA exam prep series. In this session, we'll cover mobile, wireless, and connected devices. What makes a phone or tablet so risky? How do you lock down a fleet of mobile devices? What happens when staff bring their own gadgets to work? How do mobile payments get attacked? What separates the wireless standards you trust from the ones you don't? And why are smart sensors a soft target? Why does this matter on the job? Because these devices live outside your walls. A field engineer leaves a tablet in a taxi. A nurse joins the hospital cafe Wi-Fi. A smart thermostat sits unpatched on your network. Each one is a door into the enterprise. Your job is to find the unlocked doors first. So why are mobile devices so hard to secure? Because they move, and movement breaks your controls. A laptop on a desk sits behind firewalls and locked doors. The same laptop in an airport lounge has none of that. It rides untrusted networks. It crosses your perimeter, carrying whatever it picked up. And it is small enough to vanish in seconds. That mix of mobility and tiny size is the whole problem. What are the threats you should expect? Start with interception. Data over the air can be grabbed in transit. Then malware that hitches a ride into your network. Lost productivity when a broken phone strands a worker. Data leakage when an unbacked device disappears. Open public Wi-Fi that makes snooping trivial. Outdated handsets that stopped getting security fixes. Identity theft, where stolen credentials open new accounts. And drive-by downloads from a poisoned link or site. Notice the pattern. Most of these come down to exposure outside your control. So how do you control all this? With layered controls, most enforced by management software. Register every device and flag the personal ones. Use strong lock screen passwords and fast auto lock. Turn off Bluetooth and Wi-Fi when they're idle. Push software updates the moment they land. Disable location services unless they're needed. Install few apps and only from official stores. Store little data locally and back up what you keep. Run antivirus and require multi-factor authentication. Connect back through an encrypted tunnel and treat any loss as a breach, reported at once. One more thing. Tie each device to a user and role on the network. That lets you grant the right access and watch how it's used. What is mobile device management, really? Think of it as a remote control for your whole fleet. It improves security, monitoring, and remote support. It can wipe a lost device clean. But here's a catch for the auditor. A remote wipe is not a guarantee the data is truly gone. Recovery tools can sometimes pull it back. Management software can also lock out a device after failed logins. It can track assets by location. It can control which apps install. And it can fix problems remotely, without touching the phone. To run it well, write the policy before you deploy. Make enrollment simple, offer self-service, and keep it updated. Respect employee privacy. Use containers to wall off work from personal life. Back up first, and train people on why it exists. What changes when staff use their own devices? That's a bring your own device policy. It saves money and lifts morale and productivity. But it blurs the line between company and personal data. Who owns the data when the device is the employee's? How do you wipe company files without erasing family photos? How do you support dozens of phone models? Before any personal device touches business systems, require a signed agreement. It should let you seize the device for legal matters. It should make security a shared duty. Establish data ownership, get clear consent, and demand policy compliance. Define support, patching, and antivirus rules. Plan your network for the extra load. And always have an exit plan when someone leaves. Skip that, and a bitter ex-employee keeps a back door. How do these devices reach the internet? Over wireless local networks or over the mobile carrier? Modern handsets ride fast cellular networks for video and calls. That convenience brings familiar exposures. Information intercepted from the air. Devices and their data lost or stolen. Devices misused to harvest other people's traffic. Distraction, which turns dangerous behind the wheel. Operating system flaws that let attackers in. And here's a term to know. Jailbreaking strips a device's built-in restrictions. It unlocks features, but it also weakens defenses. Apps from unofficial sources then become far riskier. How do you audit mobile devices? Treat them as endpoints and check across several areas. Confirm a policy exists and protective features are on. Check that software, antivirus, and apps are current. Verify Bluetooth is off when idle and configurations are managed. Look for unmanaged devices and confirm remote wipe works. Make sure cameras are covered and location is disabled when not needed. Confirm a bring your own device policy is in place. Check monitoring, logging, and that devices report to management software. Test recovery plans for mobile devices. Verify awareness training is running and confirm data is encrypted at rest and in transit. What about paying with your phone? Mobile payment systems link your device to cards and bank accounts. They come in a few flavors. Digital wallets that store value and personal details. Mobile wallets tied to a specific brand of phone. Crypto wallets that guard the private keys for digital currency. And contactless tap-to-pay using short-range radio. Attackers chase these hard. They phish, plant malware, and spoof fake access points. They grab lost phones, tamper with apps, and clone them. They commit payment fraud and identity theft. So how do you defend a payment platform? Use tokenization, which swaps real data for a useless stand-in. Add device-specific cryptograms so a stolen token won't work elsewhere. Apply strong customer authentication with 2 or more factors. Monitor for fraud continuously, audit regularly, and train your users. Now let's move to wireless networks themselves. What is wireless? Stripped down. Devices talking through the air instead of through cables. They group by how far they reach. Wide area networks span cities using carrier and satellite links. Local area networks use an access point to cover a building. Personal area networks are short range, like Bluetooth between gadgets. And ad hoc networks form on the fly, with no fixed setup. Picture each one as a different-sized bubble of coverage. So how do you secure a wireless connection? Through encryption standards, and they are not all equal. The oldest one is badly broken and trivial to crack. Its first replacement was only ever a stopgap. The next standard added strong encryption and became the workhorse. But even that has a known weakness in business networks. The newest standard is the one to aim for. It hardens authentication and resists password-guessing attacks. The rule of thumb is simple. Never deploy the broken legacy option. Prefer the newest standard and demand strong encryption underneath. What threats hit wireless, and how do you cut the risk? Remember one principle. Wireless carries every wired risk, plus new ones from the airwaves. Attackers intercept unencrypted traffic. They slip past firewalls through a radio link. They impersonate users, flood connections, and track movements. They plant rogue access points to harvest data. Even idle Bluetooth can be sniffed from a distance. Your defenses center on confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Add strong authentication and the ability to prove who did what. Several protocols help here. Port-based access control checks identity before letting a device talk. Authentication frameworks plug in smart cards and tokens. Just know that some older methods have already been broken. How do you audit a wireless network? Start with governance. Confirm an approved policy and regular risk assessments. Review the architecture. Verify a site survey, hunt for rogue access points, and check segmentation. Inspect configuration management and default settings changed before go live. For encryption, demand strong protocols and reject the broken ones. For credentials, change default passwords and hide the network name. And confirm, real-time monitoring catches rogue and hidden devices. Remember, attackers use these same tools. You want to stay one step ahead. Finally, what about the Internet of Things? These are everyday objects with sensors and network connections, smart cameras, printers, thermostats, even medical gear. Close cousins are embedded systems, built into a larger product. They bring real business value, but real risk too. Why are they such soft targets? Their software is often low quality and rarely encrypted. They run on weak chips with little processing power. Their hardware and operating systems go stale. Some ship with hidden backdoor accounts. They are poorly managed and tightly interconnected. Compromise one, and the attack can spread across the network. So how do you protect them? Lock down physical access and harden remote access. Keep them off public networks and on private ones. Encrypt their traffic. Isolate them on their own network segment to shrink the attack surface. And watch for abnormal activity, blocking what doesn't belong. Let's bring it together. Mobile devices are risky because they roam beyond your controls. Management software and clear policies tame the fleet. Bring your own device needs a signed agreement and an exit plan. Mobile payments lean on tokenization and strong authentication. For wireless, pick the newest standard and audit it hard, and treat every connected sensor as a door worth locking. Master these, and the whole connected estate gets safer. The MCQs covering all the topics and concepts from this session are available on RooCloud.com. Practice the chapter-specific MCQs before moving on to the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post a comment below or email us. I will see you in the next session.